welcome back to the Podcast English channel. I'm Emily, your friendly guide in the world of English learning.
And I'm Alex. So happy you're here with us today. This is your place to listen to natural, friendly English, learn new things, and feel motivated.
That's right. Whether you're listening on your commute, while cooking, or just relaxing, we're so glad to have you. Our podcast is made especially for English learners, so we speak slowly, we repeat key ideas, and we always try to be clear.
Yes, we remember our own journey learning languages. It's not always easy, right, Emily?
Oh, absolutely not, which is the perfect way to introduce today's topic. Today, we are talking about stories of people who learned English and succeeded. We want to share real-life examples of people, maybe like you, who started learning English and then used it to do amazing things in their lives.
That's so inspiring. We're going to share some of our own stories, some stories of people we know, and we'll give you practical strategies, easy tips that you can use in your own learning.
And of course, we want to hear your story too. We have some questions for you, our wonderful listeners, later on. So let's start with us. Alex, you and I are both non-native English speakers, right?
Yes, that's correct. My first language is Spanish. I grew up in Mexico. And my English journey, well, it started in school, but it was not so good at the beginning. I was very shy to speak.
I can imagine. My first language is German. I learned English in school too, but my big moment was when I was 15. I went on a student exchange to Canada for 3 months. I remember the first day at my new Canadian high school.
What happened?
Oh, it was a disaster. My host family asked me, "Emily, would you like some sheets?" And I was so confused. In my mind, sheets were only for the bed, bed sheets. I thought, why are they offering me bed sheets? Is it a Canadian tradition? I said, no, thank you. And then I saw they were eating chips, French fries.
Ah, chips in British and Canadian English means French fries. And in American English, chips are these crunch noise potato crisps.
Exactly. I was so embarrassed. But you know what? That funny moment helped me remember that word forever. My point is, making mistakes is a huge, important part of learning. My host family laughed with me, not at me, and we ate the chips together. After that, I was less afraid to make mistakes.
That's a wonderful first tip for everyone. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are teachers. They help you remember. My story's different. I didn't go abroad at first. I loved video games and movies, so I played games in English with the subtitles in English. I watched my favorite movies, like The Lord of the Rings, first in Spanish, then in English with Spanish subtitles, then in English with English subtitles.
That is such a good method. It's fun and you learn real, natural English, not just textbook English. So, strategy number 2, use the things you love for learning. Love music? Listen to English songs and read the lyrics. Love football? Watch a game with English commentary. It makes learning enjoyable.
Yes, it doesn't feel like studying. It feels like fun. And this helped me so much that later I got a job at an international tech company here in Mexico. My English was my biggest advantage. I could talk to clients from the US and Canada. That job changed my career.
Amazing. And for me, after Canada, I studied tourism. My English allowed me to work in hotels all over Europe, meeting people from everywhere. Now I use English every day to make this podcast with you, Alex. It opened my world. Let's talk about another person's story. We have a friend, Luca.
Ah, Luca from Italy. Luca's story is great. He learned English mostly by himself. He used language exchange apps. He found people who wanted to learn Italian, and he offered Italian conversation in exchange for English conversation.
Brilliant! So tip number 3, find a conversation partner. It can be online or in person. You help them, they help you. It's free, it's social, and it builds confidence. Luca did this for 1 year, 30 minutes every day. Then he started a YouTube channel about Italian cooking, but in English.
That's right. He makes videos about how to make real pasta, pizza, but he explains it all in simple, clear English. Now he has thousands of followers from all over the world. His English created a new career for him.
His hobby plus English equals success. So think about your hobby. Could you talk about it, write about it, or make a video about it in simple English?
Which brings us to our first listener question. We want you to think about this. Listener question number 1. What is your hobby or passion? How could you connect it to your English practice? Think about it. You can tell us later on social media.
Let's share one more story before a short break. This is about a woman named Soo Min from South Korea. She was a very good programmer, but at international conferences, she was always quiet.
Her technical English was perfect, but social, conversational English was difficult.
So what did she do? She did something very brave. She joined an international book club online. Not a tech club, a book club. Every month, they read a short story and talked about it. The conversations were about feelings, ideas, characters, not about computer code.
And it worked. She told us that after 6 months, she wasn't just talking at conferences about work. She was making friends. She was going to dinner with other programmers and laughing, telling stories. That helped her network to make professional contacts, and she eventually got a fantastic job in Amsterdam.
So, tip number 4, practice English for different situations. Don't just learn for work or for exams. Learn how to have a friendly chat, how to tell a joke, how to talk about your weekend. This is so important.
Absolutely. It's the difference between just communicating and truly connecting with people. Okay, let's take a short music break. Think about Sumin's story and our question about your hobby. We'll be right back with more tips and a big motivational message. And we're back. Welcome back to the Podcast English channel. Today, we're talking about success stories of English learners.
Before the break, we talked about making mistakes, using your hobbies, finding a partner, and practicing social English. Now for our final super important tip, number 5. This one is about mindset, about your thinking.
Yes, all the people we talked about, Emily, me, Luca, Sumin, we all had one thing in common. We were patient and consistent. We didn't learn English in 1 day or 1 month or even 1 year.
Right. Tip number 5, be patient and practice a little bit every day. Consistency is key. It's better to study for 15 minutes every day than for 5 hours only on Sunday. 15 minutes of listening to this podcast, 10 minutes of vocabulary, a 5-minute conversation. Small steps every day create big progress over time.
Don't say my English is terrible. Say I am learning English every day and I am improving. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Be kind to yourself.
That is our motivational message for you today. You can do this. Your journey is unique. Maybe you will use English to get a better job like Alex and Sumin. Maybe you will use it to share your passion with the world like Luca. Maybe you will use it to travel and make friends like me. Or maybe for something else, something wonderful you haven't even discovered yet.
Every time you listen to us, every time you learn a new word, you are succeeding. You are on the path.
Now, our second question for you listeners. Listen our question 2. What is one small, easy thing you can do for your English every day this week? Can you listen to one song in English? Watch one short video? Learn 3 new words? Tell us your plan.
Please share your answers with us. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. We are at Podcast English 02 channel. We love to hear from you.
Let's do a very quick summary. What did we learn today? 1. Don't fear mistakes. They are teachers. 2. Use your hobbies for fun learning. 3. Find a conversation partner. 4. Practice social English, not just work English. And 5. Be patient and consistent. Practice a little every day.
Remember, your English journey is a story you are writing right now, and we are so excited to be a small part of it.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. You are amazing for working on your English. Keep going.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself.
Bye for now.
Goodbye.